Hello, today we're going to make a presentation on the Show Me Tell Me questions. My name is Hallam Amy from Barnet and Enfield Driving School, and this is Saeed Sadat from Barnet and Enfield Driving School. The first thing I'm going to do is to open the bonnet and identify the engine coolant and show you how we'd know if we had sufficient engine coolant. First question is to open the bonnet, identify the engine coolant and tell me how you'd know if you had sufficient engine coolant. This is the engine coolant and we would check it between the minimum and maximum markings. If we didn't have enough, we would top it up. The next question is to open the bonnet, identify the brake fluid reservoir and tell me how you'd know if you had sufficient hydraulic brake fluid. This is the brake fluid reservoir, and again you would check between the minimum and maximum markings. If you don't have enough, top it up with hydraulic brake fluid. The next question is how would we know if we had sufficient engine oil? This is the oil reservoir and this is how we check the oil. We take the dipstick out, we wipe it, put it back in, remove it again, and it should be between the minimum there and the maximum markings there. The next question is identify the windscreen washer reservoir and tell me how you'd know if you had sufficient windscreen washer. Well, this is the windscreen washer reservoir, and because it's a tell me question, I wouldn't have to open it, but I'm opening it to have a visual check. That's what I would do, but it's a tell me question, so tell me. Now I'm going to close the bonnet down. The next question is tell me how you would check your power assisted steering is working before starting a journey. So gentle pressure applied while starting the ignition will result in a slight but noticeable movement. Alternatively, just after moving off, rock your steering and it will result in an immediate indication that your power assisted steering is working. Show me how you would check your horn is working. Press your horn. Show me how you check your brake lights are working. I turn on the ignition. I press the foot brake. I use any reflective surfaces around, or I'll ask a passenger to help me. Tell me how you would check your foot brake is working. Just after moving off, I would press my foot brake. It should not feel spongy and the car should not pull to one side. Show me how you would check your windscreen washers and wipers are working correctly. So I turn on the ignition and tell me how you would check your headlights and taillights are working. I would turn on the lights, I would walk around the car, and I would check to see if the headlights and taillights are working. How would you check your parking brake for excessive wear? Place your foot on the foot brake, release the handbrake, reapply the handbrake, take your foot off, and it should secure itself. Tell me where you would find the information for the recommended tire pressures for this car and how tire pressures should be checked. The tire pressures should be in the manufacturer's handbook, and you use a reliable pressure gauge to check the tires. How would you adjust your head restraint so it provides the best protection in the event of a crash? The rigid part of the head restraint should be level with your eyes or the top of your ears and as close to the back of the head as is comfortable. Some head restraints may not be adjustable. What is the minimum tread depth for your tyres and what condition should they be in? The minimum tread depth for the tyres is 1.6 millimeters across the central 3/4 of the tyre and around the entire circumference. There should be no cuts or bulges. How do you demist your front and rear screens? Turn the fan on to full, turn the direction to the windscreen, turn the temperature to the hot, and press the button for the rear screen. Tell me how you would know if you have a problem with your ABS brakes. A warning light would remain on after starting your engine. Show me how you would check your indicators are working correctly. Either I flick the indicators to the left and check the left side, and then to the right and check the right side, or more beneficial would be pressing the hazard warning light, which works on all the lights, and then walking around the car. Show me how you would switch your dipped headlights to main beam. I turn the lights on and I flick the switch so the main beam indicator comes on. Okay. Show me how you would switch on your rear fog lights and tell me when you would use them. I would use them when visibility is less than 100 meters. Okay, the first thing we're going to film is the show me. Hello. The first thing we're going to film is the show me. Hello.